First recipe we're going to make is pumpkin cheesecake. For this, you're going to want some measuring cups, measuring spoons, a spatula, a mixer, or if you don't have a stand mixer, you can use a hand mixer with a mixing bowl. You want one about this big, or you can just use the spatula with a mixing bowl. To make the pumpkin cheesecake, you'll need 2 8-ounce blocks of cream cheese. You'll need 2 large eggs, pumpkin pie spice, 2/3 of a cup pumpkin. You want to make sure it just says pumpkin, not pumpkin pie filling. You need some vanilla, white granulated sugar, and a graham cracker crust. You could also use crushed vanilla wafers, would be really good, or ginger snaps. The first thing you're going to do is wash your hands really well and dry them. Second thing is to turn on your oven, and you want it at 350 degrees. Then you're going to combine your cream cheese. I already have 2 blocks of cream cheese in here with your pumpkin. This is 2/3 of a cup. Put that right in there. And this is going to use about half the can of pumpkin. You can take the other half and freeze it because we have a recipe later that we're going to use pumpkin in as well. And then we're going to add the 2/3 of a cup sugar. Pour that right on top. And 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. I always do it over the bowl because that way if I spill, you just get a little more vanilla in there. Going to get this started. Always make sure it's locked. Start slow and then speed it up. While it's mixing, you may want to turn off your mixer and get in there with a spatula and scrape the sides of the bowl down. That just makes sure that all that pumpkin and cream cheese gets mixed together. So you just run your spatula down the sides of the bowl. Lock it again and turn it back on. Remember, start slow. Okay, so now it's pretty smooth and nice and mixed together. Next thing we're going to do is add the eggs. So you just crack your egg into a bowl. And if you get egg on your hands, you want to wash your hands. Then you're going to pour the eggs into the mixer one at a time. I use my spatula to do this. I'm going to mix in 1 egg. This way the mix won't, what they say is break. It'll stay nice and blended. So then turn on the mixer. Once that egg is mixed in really well, you just dump in your other egg. Next, you'll add in your pumpkin pie spice. It's going to be 2 teaspoons. I have a half teaspoon here because the full teaspoon doesn't fit in the jar. Give that a little mix. Perfect. So I'm going to pour it right in. I'm going to put the pie plate on the baking sheet just in case it cooks over a little bit so we don't make a mess. And now we're ready to get in the oven. Here's our finished cheesecake. It cooked for about 52 minutes. I took it out when the edges were brown and the top looked dry. The middle was still a little jiggly. Now it's been setting for a few minutes, so it's not jiggly anymore. But you can see I got a crack here. That probably means I overmixed it a little bit. That gets too much air into the batter and then it rises more than it should in the oven. But now I'm going to let it rest here for an hour. Then I'm going to put it in the fridge for probably about 2 hours and then it will be perfect to serve.